All right, Larry Krueger here from Levi's Stadium after training camp practice number 11, and with the good and the bad from practice today. Why don't we start with the bad? We'll get that out of the way. Today was just a day there was too many drops. Just too many drops. I mean, I counted 7. Maybe there might have been 8. A lot of drop passes today, and it wasn't one guy dropping passes. It was a number of guys dropping passes, so just too many drops overall. The quarterbacks were hitting these receivers in the hands, and the receivers were just dropping them today. So you never like to see that, but that was the first negative of the day, just too many drops. Another negative, and we talked to this guy after practice, and you kind of feel for him, but the Niners' third-round pick, Cam Latu, the rookie tight end out of Alabama, had 2 drops in a row. He had one from Trey Lance. He had a second one from Brock Purdy. Latu, you can just see, is like his head is spinning. There's just so much to learn in this offense, and he's thinking and not just playing naturally. And I think he's got better hands than he's demonstrating, but right now he's fighting the ball. I mean, he doesn't look good at all, and I don't know if he's going to make the team. He needs a big preseason to kind of to show that he's improved. And, you know, mentally, I just think that, you know, when you think about all the different nuances in this offense, all the complexities of an NFL offense, it's just preventing him from really concentrating. And he had 2 drops today that are just balls that have to be caught, balls that hit him in the hands, and he just flat out dropped. So, you know, it's rare that you see teams cut their third-round draft choices, but if Cam Latu doesn't get it going in the preseason and continues to play in the preseason the way he's played out here on the practice field, there's a chance he will not make this football team. There's Charlie Warner, there's Ross Dwelley, there's Braden Willis. They're all viable tight ends behind George Kittle. They're probably only going to keep 3. There's no scholarships. You know, this is not college. You're not on scholarship. So you got to produce, and you got to produce like not in the future. You got to produce now. So he's got to get it going. We talked to him after practice. He seems like a really nice kid, and he kind of admitted that his head's spinning. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of new concepts, a lot of things he's trying to remember. And he's out there, and you can tell he's thinking. He's not concentrating. He's a much better football player than the player that we're seeing out on the practice field. But the reality is in the NFL, when you're a receiver, whether it's wide receiver or tight end, your job is to catch the football. And if you don't catch the football, you know, you often don't have a job. So I'd hate to see the 49ers cut their third-round draft choice. And of their tight ends, this guy might have the highest upside outside of Kittle as far as an all-around tight end who can block and catch. But he's got to start making those catches, or he's not going to be around long. Other bad moments today. Sam Darnold threw his first interception, and it was kind of a 50-50 ball down the sideline. He just put a lot of air under it, and Jair Brown made the interception. You never like to see quarterbacks throw interceptions, but you know we haven't seen Darnold or Lance or Allen take too many shots down the field. And when you take shots down the field, you're relying on your receiver to make a play for you. I didn't get a perfect look at it. The ball was intended for Ray McCloud, and I think it was McCloud was on the outside, Brown was on the inside, and the ball was on the inside, and Brown picked it off. So that was a negative moment. Also, there was no Drake Jackson today at practice. You know, he's out with looks like a hamstring injury. You know, obviously that's a huge thing for the Niners because Drake is thought to be the starting defensive end opposite Nick Bosa, and they're already kind of hurting at defensive end. Bosa's not here yet, so not seeing Drake out at practice was obviously not a good thing. Mooney Ward had an interception of Brock Purdy, but he just dropped it. You know, it was a great play by Mooney to make a nice break on the ball, but you got to catch the football, and he didn't. So those were the bad moments. Just if there was a theme of today, it was just too many drops. I mean, I counted at least 7. There might have been 1 or 2 more. So those were the bad moments today. As far as the good moments, J.P. Mason is looking incredible. Jordan Mason had a great, I don't know if I should call him Jordan Mason or J.P. Mason, but He had a great preseason last year. He's better this year. He's bigger. He's faster. He may even be a little lighter, actually, but he looks like bigger in the upper body, but faster for sure. You're talking about a 230-pound back that's moving like a 210-pound back. I mean, he looks fantastic out on the practice field. He had a run today. It was one of the best runs I've seen in this entire camp. Nobody could catch this guy. He broke in, he broke out, he broke back in, he got back out. I mean, it was amazing. He was making guys miss in space. Watch for J.P. Mason Sunday in the first preseason game. Other good moments today, Jair Brown had a great interception. We already discussed Darnold threw it, but Jair Brown made a great play on the ball. Huge hit from Marcelino today against TDP. Marcelino McCrary Ball. Every day in practice, one of these young Niner linebackers shows themselves. Some days it's D. Winters. Some days it's Jalen Graham. Today it was Marcelino. He had the biggest hit of the day. The entire sideline erupted when he went. It looked like a helmet-to-helmet hit on the running back, and it made a big sound. But they both had those cushiony things on top of their helmet, so nobody got concussed at all. But monster hit by Marcelino. George Odom had a big hit. Odom is playing really fast. He looks pretty good from scrimmage. I think of George Odom as a special teamer solely, but man, he had a nice hit today in the secondary. Jake Moody, 2 long field goals. He connected from 58 yards. A minute or two later, he connected from 60. The 60-yard field goal would have been good from 66. I mean, it was a monster boot. He's looking really good. Diamador Lenore made a great play against the run today, and had a nice pass breakup. Lenore is coming on and playing at a really high level. It seems like every time you look up, Lenore is making a play. Jack Coletto, the rookie receiver out of Oregon State, the rookie fullback, I should say, made a nice catch today as a receiver on the sideline. I think it came from Brandon Allen, but it was a really nice catch with the defender right there. Terrific play by Coletto, who's starting to really show some things. You can see how smart Coletto is. For a lot of rookies, their heads are spinning. Coletto seems like he's not making mistakes. He's in the right place at the right time, and today he made a nice catch as a receiver. In the one-on-ones, Alex Barrett is starting to separate himself. Taco Charlton, Alex Barrett, really looking good in the one-on-ones. Barrett's got an opportunity here. He was on the practice squad the last couple of years. This is a guy who's got talent. He can rush the passer. He's got a great motor. He's got good technique at this point. He knows the defense. He looks very comfortable in the wide 9. He really does. Austin Bryant is coming on as well. So that's good to see, because the Niners, between Charlton, Austin Bryant, Cleveland Farrell, Alex Barrett, they need these guys to step up and play meaningful snaps this year. And today, Barrett looked really good in the one-on-ones, and I think Austin Bryant did as well. Also, I would say Ayuk and Debo. I mean, I could talk about Ayuk and Debo basically every single day if I wanted to. Both those guys made multiple catches right in the middle of the field. They just look, I can say it over and over again. It doesn't make it any more true, but it does show itself on the field almost every day. These guys are primed for monster years. Both of them made multiple catches in traffic, shallow crossers, deep crossers, number of different routes. Ayuk and Debo, get ready for what those guys are going to do this year. It's going to be very, very impressive to watch. So there you go. That's the good and the bad from training camp practice number 11. We're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, best barbecue in Northern California. Niners are off tomorrow, and then they will practice Thursday and Friday in Las Vegas. And then Sunday, Niners and Raiders from Las Vegas in the preseason. Should be a ton of fun to watch. Thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube, and thanks to our sponsor, Pig and a Pickle. Have a great day, everybody.